loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we hop into it, I did want to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Keen. You guys know I love Keen, and if you have not heard of them before, they're essentially a massive online psychic network full of psychics and spiritual advisors that are there to answer your life's questions. They also have the most amazing platform where you guys can browse between a bunch of different psychics, choose between different price ranges. You can choose how long you want to spend with a psychic, whether that's 5 minutes, 30 minutes, a whole hour. It is all up to you. The flexibility is amazing, and you can even choose your method of contacting your psychic via either phone call, text message, or even email, whatever you guys feel the most comfortable with and whatever's the most convenient for you guys. Another thing that I love about Keen is that they make the sign-up process super simple. You basically answer a few different questions, you fill out your own information, including your name, your birthday, and things like that, and they'll actually match you with their most recommended psychics for you based on the questions that you provided during the sign-up process. And so essentially they'll match you with their most recommended ones. And this of course makes it a lot easier to find the psychic that you want to choose. And in my experience, I've had some great experiences with Keen, but I noticed that I have to try out a few different psychics before finding the one that I want to spend the most time with. So I'll essentially just go ahead and I'll find the ones that I like the most, the ones that give me the most detailed responses, the ones that are the most accurate, and then I return to those psychics afterwards because I know that they've already predicted some really great things for me. So I highly recommend trying out a few different psychics before you pick the one that you want to return to and spend the most time with. And if you guys want to try out Keen, I have a link, which is trykeen.com/gem, to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. So again, that's trykeen.com/gem to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99, which is an amazing deal. So definitely go check that out. I'll have a link down below in the description box as well if you guys want a quick little link to jump ahead to there. And with that being said, again, huge thank you to Keen for sponsoring today's video. And without further ado, let's hop right into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves, what's up, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, and this one is all about your life 1 year from now. I do want to add a little disclaimer. You guys are not bound by this. Tarot is a reading upon the current energies that are currently happening and going on in your life. You have free will and you can change anything at any time, my love, okay? So if you ever hear anything that you do not like, just know you have free will. You can change anything at any time. This is just a reading upon the current energies and where you're currently headed. So it is a beautiful tool of recognizing that. If you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how they work. So over here we have pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you guys can take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. And then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your life 1 year from now. And with that being said, if you guys like to choose with crystals on these cards, let's pop some crystals on there right meow. All right, my love, so if you guys like to choose with crystals on the cards, here are our crystal options. Over here we have some crackle quartz, then we have some citrine, then we have some regular quartz in the shape of a heart. Then over here we have a sand dollar, which is really cool. I actually found that on the beach a long time ago. And then over here we have some sacred seven. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find the pile that you are the most drawn towards. Then once you're done choosing your pile, you can then scroll down to the comment box or the description box to find the timestamp that's linked to your specific card. And then you guys can skip ahead and watch your personal reading all about your life 1 year from now. So without further ado, let's hop right into today's video. All right, so if you guys chose group number 1, this is going to be your reading, so let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 1, here's what we have for you guys. We start off with the 9 of water, then we have the 3 of fire, page of water, 4 of water, and then the 3 of earth. So let's talk about this, you guys. So amazing news right off the bat. The 9 of water, this is about attaining a big goal, a big wish. It's kind of like you feel more balanced than you've ever felt before. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that you guys are trying to attract into your life right now, you're gonna have it a year from now. If there's something that you've been like wishing for, if there's a big wish that you guys have had, this looks like you guys are attaining that. And then we also do have the 3 of wands right next to it, the 3 of fire. And this talks about going and embarking on like a new journey. There's like this new energy entering your life. And this could be like a physical journey. It could be like a literal actual travel journey type of thing. Maybe you guys are planning on moving far away, or some of you guys are maybe planning on some really big travel in a year from now. Or this could just mean like mentally you guys are getting to a new place, like going on a journey. You know, you're leaving behind the old and stepping into something brand new. It's very interesting that we have 2 3s over here because these are really sticking out to me, especially since we have some relationship stuff going on right here. So it kind of looks like if you guys are maybe in a relationship right now, or if you guys are getting into a relationship within this next year, it kind of looks like someone from your past. So it could be a future ex, or it could be a current ex or something like that. It kind of looks like you guys are maybe still hung up over it. Like you're looking at things that didn't work out, but you have this new opportunity. And it could even mean that maybe you're looking at, you know, relationships never worked out for you in the past, and so maybe you're kind of just like bummed out about it. It might not even mean like a current ex or anything like that, but maybe you're just kind of like looking into the past and thinking like, wow, like relationships have never really worked out for me, but you are presented with this new opportunity. So the Page of Water right here, the Page of Cups, this talks about a new romance coming into your life, a new romance stepping into your life. And I think that a year from now, as you have this new romance, I think that you're very interested in this romance. I think that you're very like, ooh, I'm excited. I'm like, oh, it's crazy how this happened. And I think it's going to come out of like nowhere, especially since it's next to the Three of Fire. I think that this relationship is literally just going to blossom out of nowhere, and you're going to be like, whoa, this is so different. This is so crazy. But then there is this sort of like energy along with it that you're looking into this new relationship and you're like, I really hope that it works out. I really hope it doesn't turn out like all the other failed ones, or you know, you're hoping it doesn't turn out like other people that you've witnessed and seen, because maybe you guys even currently have a fear of relationships. For some of you guys, I'm kind of picking up on this energy that some of you guys have this fear of relationships because the relationships that you've seen so far from either your parents or friends or whatever haven't really been the best so far, or maybe even your previous relationships, if you've had any haven't been like the most promising thus far. And so I think that as this new person is coming into your life in a year from now, you're kind of going to be a little bit hesitant. You know, there's walls that you have up because previous things didn't work out. And so in a year from now, I see that you guys are breaking down these walls, and this person's going to really help you break down these walls because this person's just very loving and nurturing, you know, and it does start off really fresh because again, a year from now, we still have the Page. It's not like the Queen or King of Wands yet, you know, because those are a lot more like a more developed relationship. So I think in a year from now, it's kind of just in the beginning stages for you guys, and you guys are like, ooh, okay, well, time to really start to tap into my emotions. And this person has a lot of emotion that they can give you. They have a lot that they can offer you. And I feel like that's why you're very interested in this person, and you do feel safe around them. You do feel comfortable around them. But there is this underlying sort of fear or attachment still to the past, you know, because either you guys are still attached to the fact that relationships around you or previous relationships you've had haven't really seemed to work out. And so there's this like hesitancy that I'm kind of like picking up from this, although this person will end up opening you up, okay? So this person, I do think it is going to progress. I think this has the potential to really progress into something very beautiful. And I'm kind of picking up on the energy that it will do that, especially since it is next to this Three of Fire, you know? It's kind of like the Three of Wands is kind of like, there's something in our past that we're just on like the edge of letting go of, basically. It's kind of like there's this thing that's behind you, it's directly behind you, it's still in reach, and so you're still kind of like connected to this old thing, but you're just about to step into the new world. And this new world is this new person that's coming into your life. And so maybe some of you guys have been dreaming about romance. Maybe you guys are like super dreamy about romance, but when it comes down to actually like, you know, looking romance in the eye, it's kind of like, ooh, whoa there, you know? So that's kind of like the energy that I'm picking up on. But yeah, a year from now, it's like those walls are getting broken down, baby, because this person's just makes you feel really safe and really comfortable. And so I think it's going to progress pretty easily for you. I don't see it being too much of a struggle. I do want to reiterate, this isn't like a crazy big struggle that you guys are having. This is kind of like, ooh, I'm seeing that I have these walls, but I'm super interested in this person. They make me feel really good. They make me feel really comfortable, and they make me feel really loved. Like this person makes you feel love on a whole other level, okay? And then we do also have the Three of Earth, so the Three of Pentacles. This is kind of when we start to expand our friendships, we expand our connections, we begin to start networking, we're starting to meet new people. And so it's no wonder that you're meeting a new romantic person, then also have the card of like meeting new people. This can also be when we start doing more work as well. And so if some of you guys have your own business, this can mean that you're expanding your customer base, your client base. For some of you guys, it can mean that. Also, the Three of Earth, this can mean that also we're still maybe slightly attached to the past, but we're so ready to move on in this new thing as well. So for some of you guys, it can also indicate that sort of energy. But then it's also embarking on this new idea. You have like sort of new ideas that you're bringing to the table, because the Three of Pentacles is also about this sort of like, you have this new sort of energy that you want to bring forth. And some people look at you and they're like, damn, like that's like out of the blue for you, and you're like, yeah, I know. It's a little different, but it's when we sort of stick out and stand out of the crowd, and we're starting to think outside of the box, is also the Three of Earth, okay? We're starting to think outside of the box. We're starting to broaden our mind, broaden our perspectives, and broaden who we are and what we want to bring into our lives, okay? So I do think that you guys are broadening yourselves in many directions, in many ways, and these threes seem very connected to me since we have 2 threes in this reading. And for some reason, I'm just getting called to say that these two are really connected to each other. So this could mean that some of you guys are moving, right? And because you're moving, there's new career opportunities, new friendship opportunities, and new romance opportunities. So for some of you guys, that could be a big move. For others of you, this could be some sort of travel, and through that, maybe you make some really significant connections with certain people. And things like that, okay? So this is a card of huge planning and stepping forward into a new realm. And mentally, it can also be that we're stepping into this new realm, and that's why you're stepping outside of the box, is because these two are both about stepping outside of the box. The threes, we're stepping outside of the box, baby. We're not in our normal lives anymore. We're taking risks, taking chances, things that you used to have anxiety about embarking on, things that used to make you fear things and make you feel like you couldn't step outside of your comfort zone. That's ending for you guys a year from now. You're finally going to have this courage, this strength, this willpower to be like, I am stepping out of it. I don't care what nobody think of it. Like, we're doing it. So I'm getting this total energy of this courageous energy of that you guys are stepping into this new realm, okay? So with that being said, let's add on the next few cards for you guys. So the first one that we have, look at this beautiful broccoli right here. So we have this card, Leadership, and this is Gemini, so it's an air sign. We also have Libra right here. So we have Gemini, Libra. I wonder if we have Aquarius on this card. Is this like all the air signs, or is it just Gemini? I guess we're just Gemini, Libra. So the Libra energy over here, especially since this card is also a 6, is all about partnerships, romance, deepening partnerships, things like that. So of course, we're networking, making new friends, and we also have new romance in our lives, so that makes total sense, right? And then Gemini is also that new friends, new friend groups and stuff like that. Also, this leadership is really sticking out to me. So the leadership quality, I think, is coming out if some of you guys are, stepping outside of your comfort zone. Look at me stuttering right now. Anyway, it's almost like you guys have been inside of a box, right? We're using the box analogy. And you're finally being the leader and being the first one to step outside of your comfort zone, step outside of this box, and you're like, okay, I'm actually gonna do this. So I see some sort of like move or travel or something that might make you guys a little bit nervous because you're like, whoa, I haven't really done this before. That's a little crazy. But you're finally like leading your own life. You're taking charge of your own life a year from now. You're really taking charge of it. Instead of just living life on autopilot, doing the same things all over again, every single day, the same routine, seeing the same people, doing the same job, things like that. I think that you guys are finally like, oh, I'm so ready for a step outside of my comfort zone. Let's start to lead. Let's take control, take dominion over my life, okay? This also could be talking about career for some of you guys. So if there's a career where you guys have wanted to get a promotion and step to the next level where you're being a leader of people, or this could be opening up your own business and becoming a leader in that sense as well. But somehow you guys are just taking a lot more charge over your life. Then we also have the card here of memory. So yes, okay, so this 4 of water, this is kind of like we're looking in the past about things that didn't work out. So there is certain memories that are going to come up for you guys that are like, whoa, this makes me pretty hesitant on moving forward in this new area because, wow, there's things from my past that I have not, it's just resurfacing. There's things from your past that are going to be resurfacing in order to be dealt with, but that's fine because we have this north node, so it's moving towards your destiny, right? We have the 1 and the 6, which is a 7, so it's a lot of spiritual learning. We're learning based on the memory that we've had, okay? So the old memories that we have that are coming back up that are resurfacing are for us to learn from so that we can move forward, right, in a new direction. We also have regeneration, okay? We have a number 8 right here, so it's funny, we have 6, 7, 8, so that's super interesting. Very consecutive, so yes, you guys are hugely moving forward a year from now. Regeneration, it's almost like the things that used to get you down, the things that have held you back before, those are being healed. This can also be a regeneration in other areas too, so if there's people that you've had falling outs with, that could possibly show up as you're making amends with those people, regeneration. And you're also regenerating the parts of yourselves that you shut down. So if you've shut down your heart because of what you've witnessed in the past and what you've experienced in the past, you're regenerating that area of yourself now. Now you're healing it, and it can regenerate and become brand new, right? And be stronger than before, because that's what ends up happening, right? And then our next 2 cards that we have truth. So somebody might be really expressing themselves to you a year from now. And then also this is you guys stepping into your own truth, no longer being scared of your own truth, finally stepping into the power and the courage of being able to really speak your mind and speak your truth to other people, right? Being able to look in the mirror and seeing where you went wrong in the past, and being able to admit to yourself deeper things, being able to admit to other people your deep truth. And this could also, again, be other people also expressing that to you as well. Then the next card we have love. Look at that. Of course, we have this card coming up after what we just talked about with this new person. So yes, I think that you guys will be in love a year from now. I think that you guys are falling in love with somebody. Okay. Damn. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and also grab some astrology cards to put on this reading for you guys. So let's see what comes up. All right. That was easy. So we have Jupiter, we have the 8th house, we have Mercury, and we have Neptune. Okay. So Jupiter, there's an increase in your guys' abundance. There's an increase. And that's also this nine of cups, right? This is about attaining a wish. And we also have Jupiter of abundance. So yeah, there's some sort of goal that you guys have had in mind that you guys are attaining in a year from now. And I think it's going to lead to a lot of abundance. We have the number 7 again on this card. And we have the number 7 right here as well. So this is about this like spiritual awakening, learning a lot from the past, being kind of enlightened on certain things that we've experienced, and we get to grow from them. Then we also have the 8th house of endings and beginnings. So yes, we're closing out an old chapter, and then you guys are beginning a brand new one. This is like a new love story. It also might be a new story about ending your life where you used to live, because maybe you're moving somewhere new for some of you guys, because this can talk about move or just travel in general. And so it's endings and beginnings. You're ending old cycles where maybe you were too scared to start something new, and now all of a sudden you're ready for it. And then we also have Mercury of mind. And so this is when we go through mental healing, mental regeneration. That's sticking out to me heavily right there. Then we also have Neptune of sacrifice. So yes, you're letting go of some old stuff, you guys. Neptune, sacrifice. You're also entering your dream world. You're starting to see things for what they are. And you're also starting to think about, what does your fantasy dream life look like for you, right? With Mercury and Neptune. And this is like when we start to imagine, we start to daydream about what we want in our lives, and we start to end the old cycles in order to bring in this new daydream, this new like dream life that we have in our minds, right? So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading upon your life 1 year from now. So let's hop right into it. Wow, so group number 2, here's what we have for you guys. We have the 8 of water, which is the 8 of cups. Then we have the Ace of earth, 5 of fire, King of water, and then the 5 of earth over here. So let's talk about what I'm seeing over here for you guys. So the 8 of water, you guys are closing out an old chapter. This can be when you guys are leaving behind something that you built up emotionally. This could be leaving behind a significant relationship, leaving behind something that you were emotionally really attached to. It's kind of like closing out an old chapter. We're finally kind of done with it because we're ready for a brand new beginning with the Ace of earth as our next card right here. So this could be when some of you guys might be leaving leaving your family for a job, leaving your family because of you're moving away for school. This could be leaving behind a relationship because of work. This could be leaving behind a relationship because you desire a whole new life. Like you're desiring a brand new beginning, and you don't want the old thing anymore. And it's not necessarily that you don't want it, because the Ace of water can be a little bit bittersweet. But there's also just like our sights are set on the horizon, and we're ready to move forward, and we're ready to let go of what we've been emotionally attached to, because I feel like you guys have almost like run the course of this emotional attachment. It's almost like, okay, well, I'm ready for bigger things, and I can handle this, and I can, you're on a new journey. It's like this whole card of embarking on a new journey, okay? And this can be, with the Ace of earth, Ace of pentacles, this most likely deals with career or schooling in some way, or deals with some sort of big opportunity. that is coming your way, where you might have to like maybe move away for it, or you have to like let go of certain connections because maybe they're holding you back. So you have to kind of cut away the ball and chain, because you're like, there's a whole new horizon that I have my eyes set on, and I just need to go for it. We also do have the Five of Wands right here, so it can create a little bit of conflict in your life. So I almost kind of see that because you're doing this new thing and you're making this new decision and you're letting go of something that you've emotionally already invested in, it might cause a bit of conflict or disagreement. It's not necessarily conflict. Conflict might be the wrong word because it's a little harsh, right? But it can cause some disagreement with certain people. So the Five of Fire is sometimes when we are having kind of passionate talks with people and being like, well, no, this is my opinion and this is why I think this and this is why I'm going to do this. And Five of Fire, Five of Wands is kind of like other people in our lives are maybe a little bit hurt by our decisions. And so I kind of see this whole sort of kind of story unfolding over the next year where you guys are just really desiring to go in this new direction. It might cause some people to be a little hurt or shocked, right? And then we do also have the King of Water as the next card, and then the Five of Earth. So I almost see the King of Water as more of you guys, or this could be talking about who you're having this debacle with, right? So the King of Water is usually a water sign, so that could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, right? But it doesn't have to be, because the King of Water can also be just someone who emotionally is so inspired by something. So this could be you guys, right? That you're emotionally so inspired by something that it's like nothing can change your mind about this decision. You're emotionally so aware of how you've been feeling about leaving behind this certain thing that you guys are like, nope. I cannot be swayed any other direction. Like, it's just not happening. You're not being swayed in any other direction, my love. Like, you are so set. You feel it so deeply. And I think that you guys already feel this sort of thing happening right now. So you probably already know what I'm talking about because you're already sort of feeling these emotions. But these emotions are coming up so strong where you guys are literally like, I'm leaving behind what I've already emotionally invested in, what you've already invested time into. Because you know in your heart of hearts that you are being called in a brand new direction, my love. And yes, it might cause a little bit of like tension. Five of Fire is like this tension. And then we do also have the Five of Earth next, and this is about being alone. So this is about kind of going on a bit of a solo journey. So I'm almost seeing in a year from now, for those of you who chose this pile, that you are probably leaving behind a significant relationship, or you're moving away from your family. Maybe you're moving away from the hometown that you grew up in. So there's this sort of like alone sort of feeling right here. Maybe you're leaving an old job that you were so attached to, that you've spent a lot of time in, and it's sort of like this, not necessarily lonely journey, but a little bit, because the Five of Earth talks about kind of going it on your own. And there might be this feeling of like, yeah, I know I'm really alone in this. I'm really alone in this decision. Maybe you don't have a ton of support on this decision and you kind of feel like you're on your own with this one and it feels a little bit foreign. Because the Five of Earth is a little bit about feeling a bit foreign, and we're leaving behind our comfort zone. We're getting a little bit into the uncomfortable zone, but at the same time, I don't see this being a bad thing for you guys. I want to stress that heavily because the King of Water that we have right here, I really see this as you guys. And you guys just taking charge of your own emotions because you've been feeling it so deeply that you're like, I do not care about being alone right now. I just know that I'm supposed to go in this direction. Like, you feel it so deeply. It's so intuitive. Like the cup cards, this is about your intuition. You feel it so deeply. It's like, nobody could convince you otherwise. You're already like super convinced because you've been feeling this for so long. It's been built up for so long, right? Because the Eight of Water is also about building something up for so long. You've been feeling this for so long that it's just like nobody on this planet could convince you otherwise, because you just know in your heart of hearts that this is the right decision for you. You know it. And yes, it does involve kind of going it on your own for a bit, because it doesn't look like somebody's walking by your side. It kind of looks like you're going on your own. You're stepping into the world on your own. Doesn't mean you're not going to have friends or anything like that. I still think that you guys will have friends and things like that. But there's this sense of where you're stepping into a journey where it's just you. Okay? So that is what we're seeing right there. We're going to hop into our next couple cards, or a few cards that we have right here. So the next one that we have Victory. Look at that. That's a great one to be coming up, especially with the not master number, but angel number 44. So this is talking about you are going to be supported no matter what. So anytime 44s come up, this talks about us creating a brand new foundation, and usually 44 will pop up and you'll see it when you're kind of stepping into the unknown and things feel a little bit unstable. The 44 is there to show you that everything is going to be fine, everything's going to work out amazingly, and that you are supported and you are secure and you're safe and you have that security even though it kind of feels like you don't have it. So that is a little reminder right there. And then we also have this victory. So this is actually going to really pay off, especially this new beginning. We have the sign of Aries popping out right here. And so Aries is about stepping into the unknown, and maybe we haven't thought about the exact outcome yet. We don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but we know that we want to take that first step. We know that we want this new beginning, even though we don't know what the whole journey looks like yet. We don't have the whole road mapped out, but we're taking the step anyway. You know, that's very Aries. And the fact that we have victory coming up, and it's interesting that we have this crown at the top. It's reminding me of the king of water. So it's almost like you're very confident in this decision and you feel victorious about this decision, even though this decision to some people might look not victorious at all because it kind of looks like you're leaving something behind, right? But for you, it's going to really feel like a victory. It's going to feel like, yes, oh, I finally done it. Finally did it. It was probably a super hard thing to do at first, but you're going to be so proud of yourself. Oh, and then look at what we got next. We have love, and look at these beautiful tomatoes. I was making guacamole last night, and these remind me of those tomatoes, and they just look really good. So anyway, we have Libra right here, we have love. So this could be about a love scenario for some of you guys. And this could also be about a journey of finding something that you really deserve love-wise. It could be leaving behind an old relationship that really wasn't for you because the love just wasn't right for you. You know, the type of love, maybe it wasn't the proper love. Maybe we need to find something that's a bit more balanced, a bit more aligned to us, right? We also have love potion chilling out right over here. Look at that. So yeah, I feel like this is a journey about you guys finding what you emotionally do desire, what you emotionally deserve, okay? And then we also, ooh, look at that, we got desire, okay? And we also have Cancer right here. So you're desiring something that's more loving, you're desiring something that makes you feel more comfortable. So even though this might deal with work, I feel like you're chasing after what you love. You're chasing after your desire of what you love. And this could be talking about romance for some of you, or it could be talking about career for some of you guys, but you want to go after what you desire, and you are striving for a victory to find something that you're actually very passionate about, and something that makes you feel comfortable, something that makes you feel good, something that makes you feel inspired, something that you desire, my love. Okay, so the next two cards that we have over here, we have confidence. That fits in so well. We also have talent. Look at that. Okay, so confidence. You're going to have more confidence about this decision than ever before. 1 year from now, I feel like is like the buildup of like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Do I do it? Do I not do it? Like, whew, there's all these emotions and we're like, is this the right decision? A year from now, you're going to be so confident in this decision that nobody, like I was saying with that King of Cups, nobody could convince you otherwise. You are so convinced, you are so sure of yourself 1 year from now, okay? And then we also have talent. So you guys are chasing after somewhere where you feel like you can thrive. Okay, if this is career for some of you guys, you feel like you have a talent in something and you do want to pursue it, right? So this is about leaving that behind and being like, I'm pursuing this, like I'm doing this. And then if this is about a relationship, you want someone who recognizes who you actually are. You want someone who recognizes your uniqueness. And so you don't want just, you know, someone who's there to be there. You're wanting someone who you can shine with. You know, you want someone who recognizes who you are and your differences and, like I said, like your uniqueness, right? You want someone who sees that and can help bring that out of you. You want someone who brings the best out of you instead of drags you down or holds you back, right? So with that being said, let's add on some astrology cards for you guys to get any last info on this reading. Let's see what we get for you guys. So pile 2. 1 year from now. Okay, we have Taurus, I have. So this is about increasing finances. This is also about finding your comfort, right? So finding where you're comfortable. This is also about attaining something physical. This could be about work as well. This could be about finances. This can also be about love because Taurus is ruled by the planet of Venus, right? So we're again getting confirmation in all those different aspects, all those different areas. And you want to be proud of what you have, right? Instead of looking at what you have and being like, oh, well, that's how life turned out. You know, and I feel like you guys want to be proud of what you have and what you've attained. Then we also have the Grand Cross, the provoker. So over the next year, you guys are going to be so provoked by this internal feeling, that you finally just like pop off and you're like, I'm confident in it. I'm so sure of myself. I've thought about this for long enough. And you guys are just like so ready to move into that new direction. This is also when we get in touch with our destiny as well, right? Because X marks the spot of the treasure. This is when you guys start to find your treasure. Grand Cross, provoker. You guys have been provoked with this internal feeling that your treasure is out buried, not where you currently are in your life. You feel like there's this treasure to discover for yourself, this dream life, this place where you're supposed to be. I feel like you guys feel this internally. Like there's a place where you're supposed to be, and where you're at right now is not it. It's not it. And so this Grand Cross is about X marks the spot, baby. You're trying to find where that is. And so over this next year, you're being provoked with this internal feeling that is constantly gnawing at you, that's saying, we're not in the right spot right now, and we need to make some change. And although it's hard to make that change because we've emotionally built up this current thing and we've invested time into it, it's like there's an internal feeling that's like, baby, wrong direction. We're in the wrong spot. we gotta go. So that could be what insinuates and stimulates this idea of taking a new journey, right? Leaving behind this old thing and then moving towards what you do desire. Okay, baby? So that is what I'm seeing for you guys, pile number 2. If you guys enjoyed this reading, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 3, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading for where you're going to be at 1 year from now. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 3, here's what we have for you guys. We have the Page of Air, we have Emperor, Justice, 4 of Fire, and then the 10 of Air for you guys. So let's talk about all this. So first off, a whole year from now, the first kind of energies that I'm picking up on is you guys are busier than ever. And it's almost like you guys have entered this area of your life where you are so confident in yourself to where you are running the show. You're running all the decisions. You're making really strong decisions in your life. And you're probably more busy than you've ever been, okay? And it's almost like you have a ton of responsibility because the fact that we have Emperor and Justice, these are 2 really major cards. And this is kind of like being in control of your life, being in control of who you are. We have this amazing lion right here, and he's just like taking control. He's on his throne. He's the emperor, right? And so you guys have made this really strong foundation for yourself because this is like the number 4, right? And so this is like you guys have built up this very solid structure for yourself. You've built up something very that you can really rely on, right? But the kind of vibe I'm also getting is that you can't overwork yourself because we do also have this 10 of Air. So this is like the 10 of Swords, right? And this card talks about the fact that we can sometimes overwork ourselves to the point where we're a little bit drained. So I think that you're going to be trying to find ways that you can expand more, because I think that you've like really you're starting to push the limit a little bit. A year from now, you're taking on so much. You've built up so much for yourself, and you've taken on so much responsibility to the point where it's like, whoa, okay, we kind of need to like share this responsibility a bit. So for example, this could be like maybe you guys are a business owner and you're realizing I need to hire some employees because my work is just like whoosh, through the roof, or it's that maybe you guys are working and going to school at the same time, or you're just taking on a lot of school right now and it's just like so much responsibility, okay? There's so much responsibility to the point where we need to kind of like say no to some of the things in our life, okay? So you guys are almost reaching this point. So busyness is never a bad thing. It's better to be really busy than have nothing to do at all, right? So you guys are really like building up something amazing for yourselves. And also the 4 of Wands that we have here, the 4 of Fire. This talks about we're setting a beautiful foundation for our home life, right? So maybe some of you guys will be purchasing a home, especially since we have Justice, which deals with contracts. And the Page of Air can sometimes deal with signing contracts as well. So I almost see this like we're signing big contracts, we're doing big things, we are maybe purchasing a home, or, you know, moving out on our own for the first time. For some of you guys, that could be like this responsibility. But for a lot of you guys, I'm seeing this like incredible step forward, this incredible move forward of like stepping into your power, stepping onto your throne where you have more control and freedom and dominion over your life than you've ever felt before, right? Like, you're the one that calls the shots now, baby. Also, this Page of Air is almost making me think that there's going to be this new idea that you guys have that you want to begin a year from now. But I think the struggle that you guys are going to be dealing with is finding balance, right? With Justice, it's the Libra energy, finding balance with all these new ideas, because then we have Emperor, which is the Aries energy, which rules this new idea, these new things. We have the Page of Air, which is this new idea, this new thing, right? And then Justice is like trying to find balance between how do I balance doing what I've currently built up, and then also find balance in what I want to move forward in. So there's like this new thing that you guys want to move forward in really badly, but it's like, how do I move in that direction and still keep up what I've already obligated myself to, right? And I think that you guys will be finding that way out, but a year from now it's going to be really apparent that we need to find a better method that can work for us a little bit better, right? And then this Ten of Air just is the one that talks about the fact that we might be really drained because of how much we've obligated ourselves to, and we're kind of like, whoa, we need to find better foundations. And I think that you guys will be finding that, especially since we have the 4 right here and then the 4 right here. This talks about finding our security, our foundation, and putting more structure into our life, right? So I think that you guys will be finding that, and you guys are slowly coming out of the phase of like, whoa, I've like over obligated myself a little bit, okay? But I do see, you know, Emperor talks about doing really well financially. The 4 of Fire can talk about purchasing, like, or investing money, purchasing property, signing a lease for a new home base, things like that, setting out a new foundation for yourself. Could talk about moving out on your own. It could be talking about moving in with someone, things like that. So I'm seeing a lot of that sort of energy for you guys happening over here. Yeah, let me see if I see anything else before moving on to our next couple cards. You guys are looking for more freedom. Look at all these feathers falling, right? These are feathers, right? Or am I crazy? Those are feathers. So yes, you guys are seeking more freedom because you feel like your freedom is kind of falling away right now, and that's why these feathers are falling. You guys will be seeking more freedom in your life. And I do think that it's very interesting because you guys, there's almost like this juxtaposition. You guys have more freedom in your life a year from now than you've ever had before because you're the leader of your life now, and you're the one taking on all the responsibility. But because you have so much responsibility, it feels like you don't have any freedom because you're like, I am always obligated to be doing things every day. But it's almost like you kind of put yourself here because you decided to take on all of this responsibility. You wanted to be in this position, but it's also like now we're seeking ways to find a little bit more balance to where we can still have time to relax and, like, you know, balancing out life a little bit more, okay? So the next couple cards that we have over here, we have finding. So it's about finding your way, finding the balance, finding who you really are, finding how you want your life to really look, right? Because I think that you guys have been already really successful, but now we need to define it a little bit further. Then, oh, look at that, we have career. So career is gonna be a big focus also a year from now as well. So this is about entering more abundance. This is about maybe making some really big career decisions because maybe we have to hire someone because our business is booming. Or it could be talking about the fact that maybe we're having to change our career or we're going to school for a career. It's like this balance through all these different things. So yes, find out how that really resonates with you, and that'll be how that kind of touches onto your life, right? But there is really good luck in terms of your career when this card comes up, especially, look, we're finding our career, we're finding our purpose, we're finding our destiny, okay? We're also setting a deeper foundation for our career. We're finding more stability in it. We're finding more balance in it. We're maybe signing big, important contracts with our career, things like that, okay? Then our next few cards, we have longevity. So you're thinking about the long term, about how we can make this more sustainable, because you're realizing that if you keep going the way that's currently going, you're gonna get really burnt out, right? And so the longevity, this is about hiring assistants. This is about finding better ways of balancing out your time and balancing out all the responsibility that you take on, right? So the longevity of it, we're focused on the longevity. We also have Scorpio right here. So this is about digging deep and kind of finding, Scorpio also deals with investments too, right? And also unexpected sums of money coming in. So there could be something that you guys are investing in a year from now. You're thinking about the long term a year from now. We're more focused on the long term kind of stuff. And then we also have clarity. So this is being able to see more, finding a bit more of defining more of yourself, right? More clarity. We're defining a little bit more. We also have Virgo coming up right here. And we also have the awakening of that third eye. We're all of a sudden seeing what we desire, what we want, how we want our life to really look in the future, and making plans about how we can execute that. And then we also have communication. We also have the Pisces symbol right here. So following your intuition, following your dreams, listening to how you really want your life to look, fantasizing about what you want your life to look like, finding deep friendships. I think that you guys are going to find who you really want to spend your time with, right? We have a lot of communication here because we have a lot of air in these cards. So this could be about finding who you really get along with as well. You know, two peas in a pod. Who really fits with your life and who kind of doesn't. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and take our astrology cards to get any last info on this reading for you guys. Let's see. We have Uranus, so things are gonna be shifting, baby, 1 year from now. Oh my goodness, unexpected shifts is what Uranus is all about. Wow. I also heard the word new technology in my head when I'm looking at that, so that might be significant for some of you guys. Then we also have North Node, life's purpose. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are finding your real purpose. You guys are moving more towards your purpose than you ever have before, and you're thinking about the long term, how we can make this sustainable, all that kind of stuff, okay? And it's gonna happen really unexpectedly. Some of you guys, Uranus rules over Aquarius, which rules over technology, friendships, astrology. It's like shifting things up in a really unexpected way. So being a pioneer, being the leader, being on the forefront of something. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing over here for you guys, pile number 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 4, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be a reading 1 year from now. So let's hop right into it. All right, so group number 4, here's what we have for you guys. We have the 5 of Water, which is the 5 of Cups, Queen of Earth, 7 of Water, Messenger of Earth, and then we have the 3 of Water. So what I'm seeing here for you guys, I kind of see this almost like mental attitude that you guys are leaving behind. And this is like a mental attitude that's like kept us feeling like we can't move forward, like the world is against us maybe, or like things just haven't worked out for us, or, you know, kind of feeling a little bit more anxiety than usual, or feeling like lack of motivation as well. So if you guys have been feeling in your current life this sort of like lack of motivation or any of the above things that I just said, that is ending for you guys. You're stepping into your like power a year from now. Queen of Earth, you guys are like, you know what? Through this, I think you guys have become so powerful and so strong because you've mentally had to overcome so many different things. And you've had to kind of like really heal yourself. You've had to let go of the past. You've had to, you know, kind of like heal yourself from a lot of things from your past, right? And so this Queen of Earth, you guys are stepping into your power. You guys are stepping into like what you really want, and you are like very determined. You're becoming the most determined person ever with that Queen of Earth card. You guys are like, I'm gonna really start to take care of myself. Because also with this 5 of Water, this is when we kind of neglect ourselves. We're not eating healthy. We're not working out. We're not taking care of who we are because we have just this lack of motivation surrounding us. But 1 year from now, oh my gosh, you guys have done a whole 180. It's like you don't even recognize your old self anymore, because now you focus on, you know, you're really connected to the earth. You're really connected to the things that you're eating. You're really connected to taking care of your body in all the different ways. And also the 7 of Water, it's like there's so many different things that are changing about you, and you're opening up a whole new realm of possibility in front of you. So instead of being someone who's like, I see no opportunity, I see no things for me, I see no options in front of me, all of a sudden the 7 of Water is like a whole like 180 on that, because the 7 of Water talks about the fact that we have so many options to the point where like, what do I go for? There's so many options in front of me, there's so many opportunities in front of me, which one do I pick, right? So it's almost gonna be like, what do I really want to do now? Because I can do anything. You're opening up to realizing your potential a year from now, and you're going to see that potential more than ever. And then we also have another Earth card. We have the Messenger of Earth, which is like the Knight, right? And so we're on a mission. So I see you guys picking something, and now you're on a whole mission to get there. But first it requires taking care of yourself, and you guys are going to really focus on taking care of yourself. And because of that, you get mentally in so much of a better place, emotionally in a better place, physically in a better place as well. And because of this, now you guys are embarking, you guys are like almost grabbing an opportunity a year from now, and you're like, oh, I'm so passionate, I'm so driven, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make it happen no matter how long it takes. The willpower that you have, the determination that you have, you are mentally in such a good place a year from now. It is just like mind-blowing, baby. It is mind-blowing. And yeah, it's like you're almost fearless in the world. And you're like, oh, I got this. And you're really proud of yourself and like really confident. And you're more confident than you ever have been. And you almost look on your past self and you're like, oh, honey, I wish I could give you a hug because things are so much better now. Like, it's almost like the warrior in you is like coming out of like, I am going to do this. I'm going to live my best life and I'm determined to make it happen. You guys are taking a lot of action in your life 1 year from now. And there's so many emotions that are leading you towards that action as well. And then we also have the 3 of water right here. And I think it heavily is going to change the type of people that you hang out with. And so your friend group, I think, is going to change drastically 1 year from now. Because the 3 of water is the people that we hang out with, the celebration as well. So there's definitely going to be things to celebrate a year from now that's going to make you feel like super wildly excited. You know, the type of person that you are 1 year from now is so ready to celebrate and has things to celebrate and has friends that desire to celebrate that with you too, and that are on that same level, and they no longer hold you back over here. I think that your whole tribe that you hang out with is going to drastically change. And it could even, I'm almost hearing this message that somebody also that you're currently friends with is going to go through this transformation with you, and you guys are going to be really good friends even a year from now, because you guys are both going through this sort of like transformation together. I'm almost hearing that as well. So that's definitely a message for some of you out there. So with that being said, let's go on to our next few cards that we have. We have strength and we have clarity. Ooh, baby. What was I saying about that warrior mentality coming out? So this is like that mental strength, the emotional strength, the physical strength. I also see you guys working out a lot, taking a lot of more focus on your body. So that's also another thing right there. And then we also have clarity. So you guys are becoming more and more clear upon what you want, what's your purpose, how you want that to come out, right? So this bubble, this idea bubble is like kind of coming out for you guys. You guys are seeing who you want to be, what you want to do, and you're seeing how to attain that. Whereas before, you know, you're kind of lost in the fog right here on this card, right? This card is like she's lost in the fog. She doesn't see opportunity. And these two are almost like the same card, right? Where she's like lost in the fog, but then as this progresses, you know, as you start to take care of yourself, all of a sudden you're seeing all the options that were right there in front of you the whole time. But instead we had so much fog because we weren't clear, right? We were focused too much on the debris around us rather than the opportunity around us, right? It's a total difference. But then all of a sudden the debris floats away because we're not focused on it anymore, and we can see all these different opportunities. And that's the when we get the Knight of Pentacles right here, messenger of Earth. That's when we start to take action on it, because now we're clear. We can clearly see all of these bubbles of opportunity around us. Okay, and we have the strength and the willpower to go after it too. Okay, so next few cards, let's go into it. We have luck. Look at that. Good luck, baby, is on your side. It's like squeezing those lemons, except this is a lime, which are even better in my opinion. And we have the Capricorn energy. So a lot of earth energy for you guys happening in these cards right now. And this energy is about having really high goals and knowing that you can attain them. It's like almost like you set your sights on the tallest mountain and you're like, I got this. If I just keep doing it, I'm going to eventually get to the top. And so that's like your new mental attitude. Instead of looking at the really tall mountain and being like, I could never do that. Instead, you're going to look at that big mountain. You're going to be like, if I just keep walking, if I just keep going, I'm going to get to the top of the mountain. And that's a metaphor for your goals, by the way. If you haven't caught on yet, the top of the mountain is like a metaphor for the goals that you want to attain in your life. So you guys are finally gaining that willpower, and you have a lot of luck on your side, okay? And you're going to bring out that luck, because instead of looking at the negativity, now we gain clarity by clearing our mental state, seeing opportunity, and through that, we get luck. Because now we've opened up the doorway for luck to come in, right? And then we also have refinement. We got some Scorpio energy happening over here. You guys are refining who you are. So this again deals with working out, your diet, refining so many different things in your life, refining your friend group, refining your vision, your dream of what you want. You're going through this refining stage where you're chipping away the old. It's almost like when you find a diamond in the earth. You know, diamonds, when you first dig them out, they don't look too significant. They kind of look like, some cool little rock. But then you polish it up and you're like, whoa. That's pretty, you know what I mean? So it's like you guys are going through this refinement stage where you're refining who you are, you're refining your dreams, and so you're polishing them up. You're going through a whole polish stage this whole year from now. Okay, then we also have healing. We have some Aries energy over here. You guys are healing the old. You're no longer focused on this. You're healing that part of yourself. You're blossoming into this new you. You're healing the old mental states that you used to have. You're healing your past. You're healing your body by taking care of it, right? By eating the right food. You know, so many things on this planet are caused by improper diet. You know, eating processed foods is so bad. It causes so many different bad things, and also eating like genetically modified things, because your body creates itself and regenerates itself based on what we eat. You know, we eat our food, it breaks it down, it takes those small little cells and atoms and rebuilds your DNA based on what you're eating. So you literally are what you eat, right? And so if you want to be really healthy, it's about eating very clean diet, okay? So I'm just seeing that for you guys. So I'm going on a little bit of a tangent. Let's see what else we get. We have Saturn truth. This is about facing that cold, hard truth. And through that, we gain a lot of willpower. Saturn is what brings us willpower, but it comes to us through challenge. Because willpower isn't created by somebody giving you a really easy road, because we don't need willpower to get through a really easy road. Nobody needs to give us willpower to, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something easy and I can't really think of something right now, but anyway, you know, it doesn't take a lot of willpower to do something that you desire to do, right? But it takes a lot of willpower to attain something that you desire to do, but knowing that there's going to be a lot of challenges along the way that we have to get through. So Saturn brings us those challenges that do character building for us. So you're going through a character building period. For some of you guys might be going through your Saturn return, which happens at 28 and a half years old. Then we also have the earth element of stability. We have so many earth cards, you guys. Oh my goodness. You guys are literally learning willpower, because the earth cards are about our willpower to climb to the top of that mountain, right? It's like the mountain goat. You think about a mountain goat, they need a lot of willpower, they need a lot of strength. If that mountain goat never worked out a day in its life, it would not be a mountain goat, it would be a ground goat. You know, he couldn't do it. So this is about building up that strength, building up that willpower through our Saturn energies, right? Which is a lot of Capricorn energies happening over here. And then that earth element of stability, finding your footing, finding your ground, and being so sure of yourself, finding where you can feel secure, because that's when you can build yourself up. You cannot build yourself up when you feel unsafe, right? Because then we're still trying to find our footing. It's hard to grow. It's like building a building in the marshes. It's like that's gonna fall down any second, you know, right? So it's about the whole next year is about finding your footing, finding your ground, gaining that clarity, seeing the opportunity in front of you, and then blossoming through that. So the whole next year is going to be all about that for you guys, my loves, pile number 4. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Also, I do want to say, when we have Earth coming up, this is also about increasing your finances as well. So yes, and the fact that we have luck as well. So I definitely see an increase in finances a year from now also. So with that being said, sending you guys all my love. Pile number 4, I'm sorry about this noise outside. It is garbage day, so the garbage trucks are pretty loud. Anyway, love you guys so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this. My God, that's loud. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, my love. So pile number 5, if you guys chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about your life 1 year from now. So we'll hop right into it. Wow, okay, so pile number 5, here's what we got for you guys. We have the Magician, 9 of Air, which is the 9 of Swords. Then we also have Messenger of Fire, which is the Knight of Wands. And then we also have the High Priestess. And then we have the Queen of Water, which is the Queen of Cups. So let's talk about this, you guys. So first off, I want to say, I'm getting this whole vibe, especially with the Magician and the High Priestess over here, that there's going to be a huge like spiritual awakening for you guys, like a spiritual up-leveling where you guys are like more in touch with your soul, your spirit, what you desire, your intuition than you ever have been before. It's almost like you're on this whole new spiritual journey. We've like up-leveled your life to like magician status, you guys. You are now a wizard. Okay. But in actuality, this is like this huge up-leveling where you guys are more focused spiritually and more connected spiritually than you ever have been before. You feel things deeper than you ever have before. And even if you're not a super spiritual person, I kind of see that you're going through this sort of spiritual awakening, and you're seeing the universe in a totally different way, in a totally different perspective. It's almost like you're up-leveling your consciousness. You're seeing more, perceiving of more than you ever have been before. And it's actually going to be very inspiring for you guys, especially since we have the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups. This is going to be heavily inspiring. I think that you're going to learn more emotionally and about your emotions than you ever have been before. You're going to be more connected emotionally, and it could be because of a significant relationship. This could be of maybe just internally you're discovering this yourself, right? And then the Knight of Wands. This is when we're taking action in a whole new direction. We're really excited. There's a whole new passion that's coming into your guys' life, especially with that Magician too. You are on like creative high mode, okay? This is a creative high when we think about something and we're able to take action on it so quickly, like than we've ever have been before. It's almost like before in your life, and maybe right now you guys might resonate with the idea of anytime you want something, it might take a lot of planning to get there. Maybe you guys are like, oh, I have to like plan for that, save up for that, do this, do that. A year from now, I don't think there's gonna be a big gap between you guys wanting something and you guys attaining that very thing. Because with the Magician, this is like that ultimate power. The High Priestess is just like very awakened consciously, right? You're very connected emotionally, and the Messenger of Fire, the Knight of Wands, takes action very quickly and attains what he wants very quickly. And I see that it's just like coming into your life really easily, especially with that Magician card there too. It's like you guys are a literal like wizard to the point where you're like, I really want this. And then bam, you're like 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, I can see the way to get that now. Cool. Great. Let's do it. You know? So yeah, I'm definitely seeing this like way more balance, way more inspiration. You're able to really take action, and there's so much freedom too. I want to say I'm seeing a lot of freedom in this as well with that Knight of Wands. It's like being able to just go anywhere at any time. This amount of freedom, this amount of liberation that's happening in your life, of where you're just like, oh yeah, I want to do that right now. Let's do it. Cool. You know, let's send it, guys. So I'm seeing this amount of like independence and freedom like never before. Sometimes the Knight of Wands can also be when we have an opportunity to move. So it can be that, or an opportunity to travel, but it's a very quick, fast-paced, directional type of thing. It's almost like you guys can think about this card as almost like a dude on horseback with a bow and arrow, right? And so the bow and arrow is like your trajectory, the thing that you want to attain, and your horse is just like speeding in that direction, and you're able to just hit bullseye every time. Like you become a talented archer, you're a magician with your bow now. You're like, oh, I want that. Bam, send it. You know, like that's the energy that we're getting over here. And then we do also have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so the Nine of Air can talk about that we're almost like not even excited to sleep anymore. And that's the vibe I'm getting from here, because usually the Nine of Swords can indicate that we have anxiety and we're having bad dreams and things like that. But kind of the message that I'm picking up in this reading isn't so much that aspect of the Nine of Swords. It's more of the aspect of like, your life is kind of becoming your dream, because this is the card that's about dreams and also about insomnia and things like that. But it's almost like you guys are like really excited about your life to the point where sleep is kind of like, I have to do that now? Shit. My life is so exciting. I don't want to sleep. It's like, you know, when you go on a really cool vacation, you're somewhere new and you're somewhere so cool that you're so stimulated and you're like, oh my God, this is so exciting. I just want to keep exploring. And then bed is kind of like, oh shit, I have to do that. And then you wake up like right as the sun comes up and you're like, I know I've only had 5 hours of sleep, but I'm stoked. Let's go explore. You know, that's kind of your life 1 year from now. It's like very exciting. It's like new things are coming in. You guys are taking action in so many different directions, you know, and I kind of want to pull a card for your career, because like the fact that you guys have this much freedom, I mean, financially, y'all must be doing like real good, right? So let me pull another card and let's ask about career for you guys. I'm like super curious right now about what's happening financially for you guys. So let's see. So pile 5, their finances, pile 5. Oh my goodness, we get a few here. I'm really feeling like this one is, oh wow. So new beginnings for your guys' finances. That's very interesting. So yeah, I mean, there could be some sort of new thing that's happening for you guys financially. This could be a new job that you guys have embarked on, and maybe it's like really paying off, right? Maybe it's a new business that you guys have opened up, a new venture that you've unlocked, right? And maybe that's what's causing this ability to have this much freedom in your life. And then we also have friendship right here. So this opportunity could deal with friendships or some sort of people connections that are helping you align towards making more money, you know, in your life, things like that. We also have boundaries. So boundaries makes me think of buildings for the most part. So it could be property, investments, boundaries in terms of finances. Maybe you're very protective of how you spend your money now, and now you're like saving it only for the things that you know that you want, and therefore it's a lot easier for you to attain the things that you want, because maybe you're like, I don't need to spend my money on alcohol and this and that anymore, because maybe you're spending like, you know, there's some people that literally spend like $2,000 a month on like going out and things that like don't even make you feel good. You know, sometimes we're like inclined to spend our money on things that we don't even actually necessarily fully enjoy, but it's just kind of like the social norm, so you end up doing it. Like I know a lot of people that there's like some sort of meme that goes around on the internet all the time, and it's actually, it brings up so much awareness when you see it, because essentially it's like pointing out how it's totally normal to spend like $100 a week on going out to the club, but then those same people are like, oh my god, $100 a week on like healthy groceries? Are you kidding me? That's so expensive. You know, and it's like, wait, what? Wouldn't you rather be focused on your health? And like it puts so many things into perspective, right? So yeah, I think that you guys are gaining more awareness on how you're spending your money, and maybe that's also another thing as well as I think that there's going to be a lot more support. There could be a person in your life that helps lift you up in this area, that brings in a lot of opportunity for you. And this new beginning, there could be a new beginning in your work as well. And then we also have well-being. So you're more focused on your well-being than anything. So this could also be that you're very focused on like what's actually good for you. So instead of spending your money, for example, I just keep bringing up the example just because it's such an easy example, but this could take form in multiple different directions, right? So for example, again, like spending your money on things like alcohol, it's like, why? I mean, it's really bad for you. It makes you feel like shoes the next day. And it's overall not good for your health. So like, why? And so I think that you're more focused financially on your well-being. And so it's better to spend your money on like, let's go on a revitalizing trip to Mexico, rather than like, let's get wasted today, you know, like let's save money for good things, right? Maybe you guys already do that, but somehow it's just like on a whole nother level 1 year from now, and you just have so much more freedom in so many more areas, and people are like, how do you afford that? And you're like, because I focus on what I do actually enjoy doing, rather than just spending my money on other things, you know what I mean? Okay, so with that being said, let's move on to our next few cards. Look, oh, this one fits in so well with you guys. We have productivity. So yes, you guys are going to be busy, but you're going to really start to focus your mind toward things that are productive for you. So for example, like having fun, adding more enjoyment into your life, and then also being productive with work, instead of like being like, let's take today off and then spend it doing something that I feel like crap for later, you know, like binge watching Netflix. That's also a good example, you know, instead of like investing your time being like, I am going to spend my evening watching a show that I don't even remember what it's about a week from now, you know, like, you know, things like that. Whereas now you're gonna have more boundaries, more control over your life, more focus on your well-being, that now you're like, ooh, it's more fun to be productive, to do things that actually benefit me in the long run, so that I can continue living my dream life, and I can actually make my dream life come true. Because I don't know one person on this planet that writes down in their dream journal, they're like, I want a life, and maybe some people do this, so I'm not judging if you do actually want this dream, but for the most part, I think like a lot of us can relate to this example of like, nobody wants to write in their dream journal saying that like, or their manifestation journal being like, I want to manifest a life where I can just like watch Netflix all day. And that's what I do. Like, there's so many more things you could experience on this planet. Like, for example, traveling, for example, like, I don't know, any sort of cool experience. There's so many cool experiences that you can have on this planet. I don't want to like list them all, but for example, you're going to have your focus, more boundaries upon like, I'm not going to spend my time, wasting my time doing this when I could be focusing on being productive and focusing my energy towards saving up to live my dream life, and putting my energy towards that, because the more you put your energy towards that, the more you create it, right? The more you feed something, the more it grows. So if you're feeding this, you're not going to get what you want. If you're feeding this, you're going to get what you want, right? So productivity, baby. Then we also have positivity. So you guys are bringing out more positive energy into your life, because I know whenever we spend our time doing things that we kind of like aren't in alignment with what we want, and usually like Netflix isn't necessarily in alignment with what we want. It's not saying it's bad to watch it once in a while, it's totally fine, but like we become more positive people when we focus on building the life that we really want to build. And then we also have affection. So baby, bringing in more love into your life is going to be huge. Like in 1 year from now, you are feeling more love than you've ever felt. You are feeling more positive than you've ever felt. You feel more in alignment, more in the proper direction than you've ever felt in like the longest time. And like this is on a whole other level. Just like what I was saying in the beginning of the reading, you guys are reaching like magician status. You're reaching wizard status. It's like you are so refined to the point where you have the proper boundaries in your life. You know what you want to focus on. You know what you don't want to focus on. And it's causing so much like positive things in your life, like seriously. And then our next two cards, we have inspiration, we have compassion. So compassion and affection. Wow, you guys are like really opening up your heart a year from now. Like you're going to be more open in your heart than you've ever been in a long time. I think that there's so much love in your life 1 year from now, whether that be friendships or a romantic partnership. There's just so much love over here, especially since we also have that Queen of Water. You're feeling emotions so deeply, and it's like there's so much more balance there. We also have inspiration. So look, you're focusing on those inspirations more than ever. And that's making you more positive, because your inspiration goes towards what you're being productive with, right? And you're putting that inspiration towards productivity and towards the building what you want to actually experience in your life. Okay, so let's shuffle these. Let's get some more out here for you, babies. Okay, let's see. We have second house owning. Ooh, you guys might be making a big purchase at some point next year, because second house is our material world. So this could be a big purchase. This could be coming into more money than we've ever experienced before. And the second house is also about relaxation while making money. You know, like it's sort of the Taurus vibes of like, I get to live my dream life while still having income. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys have like a evergreen sort of income thing. And then we also have Leo, I will. And then we have 8th house, endings and beginnings. We're ending the old, and you guys have so much more willpower than ever. You guys are entering this sort of spotlight stage of your life. This could also be unexpected money coming in because it's the 8th house. Whew. Oh, baby. All right, so pile 5, that's looking amazing. Sending so much love out to you guys. With that being said, that reaches the end of this video for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.